Hello friends and welcome to our science lesson for today. I've already seen some amazing science art projects where you worked in multimedia or multi-mediums and actually created art of trees and leaves and the tree structure, like the trunk of the tree, the roots, the crown, the leaves, the branches. Amazing, amazing stuff. All right, I mentioned a big word this morning in our morning message, and that word was photosynthesis. And if you look at that word, it's two words. It's photo and the word synthesis. It's a compound word. It's a longer word made up of two shorter words stuck together to make one long word. Okay? And photosynthesis is the process of a plant making its own food. It's how plants make their own food. Okay? And to make its own food, just like we need ingredients to make our food, we need ingredients to make a cake. We need flour, we need eggs, we need milk, and some kind of oil. And that's how you make a cake. And then you bake it in the oven and you bake a cake. At the end, you make a cake. So plants and trees have this amazing way of making their own food. It's so amazing. And nature is so amazing when you really start to pay attention to things. So it starts with sunlight. Okay, it starts with sunlight right there. And sunlight is absorbed into the plant, okay, with the leaves acting as a source of absorbing that sunlight. Okay? Now, carbon dioxide is a gas that occurs in our atmosphere. Okay? And it enters the plant through the pores in the leaves. Remember we did that little experiment where we put the leaf in the water with the rock on top, and we saw that there were bubbles coming out of the leaf. That means that there was oxygen in that leaf. And it also means that it's a way for that leaf to absorb gas, which we can't see, right? I'm breathing a gas in right now. I'm breathing in oxygen. You can't see it, but it's there. So that plant is absorbing carbon dioxide through its leaves. Okay, and then we know all about rain and the water cycle. Okay, when it rains, that water soaks into the soil, and then these roots suck up the water into the tree. So rain is absorbed by the roots to help with photosynthesis. So far we have sun, we have carbon dioxide, which is a gas in the air that we can't see, and we have water. Okay, now the formula here is sunlight plus carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, so those are the three things you need for photosynthesis to start occurring, to start happening. Without sun, without carbon dioxide, without water, without one of those things, you can't get to photosynthesis. Without the water, the plant would die. Carbon dioxide is in the air, so we know that that's going to be absorbed by the plant regardless. And it's sunny enough, right? Day after day. It doesn't have to be sunny every day for this to work, but it just has to be sunny some of the days, which we know that it is. Okay? And what they create, when all of these three things happen, the plant is able to make its own sugar. And another word for sugar is this word right here, glucose. So the plant is able to make its own sugar, and sugar is its food. Isn't that amazing? And then what the plant does, and I like to look at it as a reward, right? The sun and the carbon dioxide and the water help the plant to give it the food, to create the sugar or the glucose it needs to feed itself. And then it rewards us all with the wonderful oxygen that the plant or the tree gives off. It gives off oxygen that we use to breathe. And we can't see it, it's invisible, but what a wonderful gas. We could not survive without oxygen. And plants have a great way of throwing that into the atmosphere so that we have stuff to breathe, animals have stuff to breathe and live as well. Okay, so that's the first part of what I'm going to send you. And I hope that explained it well. I mean, I was going to redraw this on my board, but I said, why am I going to do that when it's all right here? Okay, now I have these cards here. okay, which you could just print out, or you can cut them out, and your parents can quiz you on them, like almost like flashcards. But right here, this is about light. Sunlight is absorbed into the plant. The plant uses this energy to make food. Carbon dioxide, also known as CO2. Uh, this is a gas that, and that's kind of like the scientific name for it. That gets a little complicated. I don't really want to get into that, but carbon dioxide is also known as CO2. This is a gas that enters the plant through the pores in the leaves. This gas helps the plant to make food. We know that water is absorbed into the roots. Water helps the plant produce food to help it grow. And glucose is sugar. It is the food that is made to feed the plant. So, yes, plants can grow by just eating or manufacturing its own sugar, but children cannot. You have to make sure that you have a good, healthy, balanced diet of fruits, of vegetables, or whatever else your family thinks that is good for you, but you cannot just survive. Children cannot survive on sugar. It is not healthy for you to just eat sugar. Okay? And then oxygen is released into the atmosphere after photosynthesis. After photosynthesis, that's the way I like to look at it. The plant or the tree gives us the reward of photosynthesis. After photosynthesis is complete, people and animals breathe in oxygen. Thank you, plants. Thank you, trees, for using the process of photosynthesis to release oxygen into the air so that we can live on this wonderful, wonderful planet. So here's a little bit of a visual on this. So some of us are very visual. Sun plus water plus carbon dioxide or CO2 equals sugar. And that's what the plant's able to make to feed itself. And oxygen for us to breathe. All right. And here's a little, let's see, did we already look at that side? Oh, so here's something you could do. So direction, cut out the cards below. You can cut these cards out below and then put them in order on this sheet here. It's just an extra, I know you're seeing it, you have a diagram of what it looks like, but it's just an extra way for you to get the practice, or you're doing something, you're doing an action that helps reinforce the learning. Okay, because then your brain has to think. You have to say, oh, what comes, then plus what equals this, and then also equals this. Okay, it'll just get your wonderful young minds working. I hope you have fun with this. There's some cool stuff to color on here, especially this. That might be fun to color. So if you want to color some of the stuff in, that would be awesome. And have fun with this. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. But that is basically the process of photosynthesis. Everyone say it, photosynthesis. Have fun with that. See you soon.